Okay, so people are interested. I think people are interested in the inertia wave because of the videos I've been posting, and that's what we're talking about. And the main, when I first saw this, I honestly thought it was a toy. I mean, honestly, look at it. The colorful colors. You don't take it serious. It's not really a macho thing compared to a heavy rope, which I have out in the backyard. But I didn't understand the product, though I know Gronk endorsed it. I just didn't understand the product. And when I started doing Ninja Warrior, I kind of want to work on my grip strength and stuff like that. So I always thought it was cool and played around with them at the gym with the heavy ropes. And so I ordered one from, I think, Titan, a cheap one, because I just was goofing around and, a 49-year-old going to Ninja Warrior. Anyway, I don't see hardly ever use the thing. I goofed around, doing the heavy rope thing and kind of actually cut it up and used it as a climbing rope. Then fast forward maybe a year ago, I was looking for some metabolic conditioning equipment. I got myself a skier on top of the rower I have, and then the Versa climber, and I kind of revisited the Inertiawave, and it was then that I finally appreciated what the Inertiawave was in comparison to a heavy rope. So Inertiawave refers to these as cords as opposed to ropes, which is actually a better way of describing it. And it's a surgical tubing on steroids. There's a little bit of mass to it. What I like about it compared to heavy rope, it's highly transportable and very, very light compared to a heavy rope. If you try to coil a heavy rope, good luck getting into a smaller diameter than a garden hose. If you're lucky to get that. This is just one of the cords. I mean, look at that. And it probably weighs all of like 3 pounds, and that's the other difference. So here are the differences between an Inertiawave and a heavy rope. A heavy rope is more of just a strength conditioning tool. It's just that force, just beating down. And where Inertiawave is different is that the cords stretch. And because they stretch, you create tension as you pull on them. So I've got the one cord set up here, and I'll show you. So what happens is you want to straighten out the cord to where it's parallel to the ground, like that. And then you want to probably take a step and a half back. And now you've created enough tension. And I don't know if you can see here, but my veins are kind of popping out. And what that does is it kind of creates this resonance when you start to shake it. And this is the difference. I mean, honestly, both the heavy rope and the Inertiawave, I think they're great for when you work out after 5 p.m. It's a great way to blow off steam because they usually feel great just beating the crap out of something. And what's neat about the Inertiawave is it acts just like a regular heavy rope, up and down, but then you can do side to side, which you can do with the heavy rope, but not nearly as easy as this. And it's this tension you're creating against it, and you're fighting against that, plus the inertia of it going up and down, and you're fighting, and then you're trying to change direction. And that's where I think the best part of this is not so much the constant motion in one direction, but the fact that you're trying to change direction, and you're trying to change it as quickly as possible, like going vertical to going side to side. So it takes a couple of swings there to get it going. It's just a much, much more challenging and much, much, much more fun workout. Do I use this all the time? No, not at all, because, to put it lightly, I'm a busy guy. But when I want to change up my workout, I will break these out. And actually, that's the funny thing, is when I started using it again, this last round, anchoring it is the toughest part. And it's the toughest part for a heavy rope and the Inertiawave, because you need to find something, an anchor point that's sturdy, an anchor point that's high enough so the rope or the cord can oscillate and not hit the ground, and wide enough for your arm span. So in my garage, I don't have a lot of it's narrow. It's 11 feet long, but 25 foot wide. but I have a TV and all this other stuff that's not really an anchor point for one end. And then I got all this crap here, so I can't really go wide. Then it dawned on me to use the, just like it's set up right there, is to use the hex trap bar stacked on, inserted in a stack of bumper plates. And it turns out it's an awesome way. It's almost the perfect width, and you can vary the height because the bar is vertical. So what I do is I set it up on down that end, and that's one of the videos you see me trying to be Miley. It's great. I still don't have enough lateral space to do all this, but when it's nice and warm or sunny, and that's what I'm trying to do is get out there now because it's the most amazing day in February. But 60 degrees in February, a few days before my birthday, and that never happens. Anyway, this is a great product. If you want something that doesn't take up a lot of space, it's not a huge financial commitment. It's like $100. It's not cheap, but it's a lot of fun. If you're trying to find something that will be a metabolic conditioning tool, this is it. And it's a great stress reliever. Like I said, this is probably the best thing to have to use in a workout after 5 o'clock. You've had a crappy day at work, or you're just stressed out of your mind. To get on and attach these to an anchor point and just go crazy and just beat the crap out of it. It's a great workout. And honestly, before I filmed this, I was thinking, I got the ski erg. And part of the reason why I got it is because I already had 2 of the Concept 2's equipment, and I wanted to really try that. And it is a great piece of equipment. But honestly, if I had to choose between like whatever I paid for that, a $900 ski erg or these $100 Inertiawaves, I would definitely take this over that in a heartbeat. It's a great workout. Similar, but yeah, metabolically conditioning, it's similar. And I think these are great. And I think they're great for most people because they're easily transportable, easy to set up, a low financial commitment, and they're just straight up fun. And again, it's that changing of direction that's just really fun because you're trying to fight it and you're trying to keep that flow that you just had. And that's like the challenging part, is trying to get it to just do what you want to do. And it takes, a few strokes to get it to do what you want it to do after you change direction. So anyway, that's the Inertiawave in a nutshell. Inertiawave, you can feel free to sponsor me.